This is the Business of Biotech, and I'm Matt Pillar, and I thank you for tuning in. On today's show, we're taking a bit of a departure in that my guests are not the leaders of an emerging biopharma company, but rather the head of the supervisory board and chair of the council and COO at Solis Biodyne, the well-known supplier of DNA polymerases, PCR master mixes, qPCR mixes, and reverse transcription reagents to the biopharma industry. So why the change up in this lineup, you might ask? Well, Solis Biodyne is a company that's really flexed its scale-up muscle in incredible fashion in this day and age of the pandemic. And as such, the company has some unique experience to share with you. And perhaps no one is more qualified to share that experience than Kadri Artma, who has, over the past 21 years, progressed from development manager to CEO to chairwoman of the council at Solis Biodyne. And as such, she's seen it all from the inside out. Joining her on today's show is Angela Vaasa, COO at Solis Biodyne. So joining us all the way from the Tartu Science Park in Tartu, Estonia, while I join you from my dining room here in Pennsylvania, are Kadri and Angela. Kadri and Angela, welcome to the show.
Hi. I'm very grateful to be with you and talk to you, and also very happy about this experience myself also. And I am happy that Angela had such an experience and brought this good experience to our company with
awesome.
Cytiva and with Testa Center. So
yeah, I look forward to hearing more about that, and I'm grateful that you're both able to join us. Thank you for putting some time aside for us. I know it's getting late in your day over there in Estonia, so I promise not to keep you too long. But the first thing I want to do is get to know Solis Biodyne a little bit better. So if you could kind of frame up the company for us and maybe start by telling us who your customers are and what you sell to those customers.
So thank you. My name is Kadri Artma, and I am at the moment really chairman of the council of Solis Biodyne. And I have been with my good business partner, Olev Kahre, who is the creator and founder of the company, already 25 years. So we have really long experience in that, what we are doing. And what is doing, we are basically... Our key competence is in molecular design and engineering, and using and analyzing the patterns, gene patterns of the real nature, and creating and developing from these patterns non-native polymerases, making from those experiences and what we have seen enzyme mixes, which are, how we can say, whole world. It is a combination of newly invented solutions, and this is not all. Actually, on top of that, we can do customized solution, and this we call at the moment our main focus to serve the clients in human diagnostics, in other diagnostic sectors, and also diagnostic manufacturers, and of course academic and private research institutions. Mm-hmm. But of course last year, this exceptional last year was, and which is actually going on, totally different conditions. We managed to serve our clients with our virus detection related products, one-step RT-qPCR products, which were already ready, and we had to adjust it very quickly. But thanks to our very highly motivated and committed team, we were ready to do it. And what is very specific, our patented technology means this, that our products all are room temperature stable. So this is not only good for, how to say, greener logistics, without dry ice packaging, but it is convenient and simple and easy to use also in labs and on spots, and to use it also already in the kits. So the kits itself, diagnostic kits, can be room temperature stable.
Excellent. Yeah. So,
our clients are all world, because we don't have special regions, because our products are so easily transportable that we can deliver them all the world. So this is the
and different applications. As I said, at the moment, the main focus and main direction is human diagnostics, but we are serving also in food detection, in again, different types of research, in manufacturing services, in lab services, in medical centers, and also up to, I don't know, environmental or agriculture or breeding facilities.
Yeah.
So very different types. Mm-hmm.
I can imagine that global capability has been very important over the course of the last 12 months. And I want to get some sense for, as we sort of set up the scale-up conversation, I want to get a sense for the volume that Solis Biodyne has been able to increase to here in the last 12 months. So give us some insight into, pre-pandemic, how many of these virus protection, diagnostic kits were you putting together and shipping, and then maybe contrast that with where we are now?
Yes, it is hard to say, because our production and offer was so variable, but we can basically say that the number of tests or this direction, what we served, basically increased 50 times.
Wow.
Yeah, so this was challenge, and really a challenge, not because we had to stay also safe and healthy, and extraordinary situation. So we were kind of, I was thinking that in facing two challenges, how to produce this sector safely with very high quality, as we have the standard of medical device manufacturing, quality management standards, with high quality standards, serve very high volume, but at the same time, although it was like visible that one focus, one direction, but we saw and we found it out that still the clients were different. They used different platforms. They asked different questions. So we had to adapt very, although one direction, one focus, we had to adapt very different platforms with our, twice it was challengeable. Very high volumes, and at the same time, very diversity and big diversity of solutions. So thanks to our, really, I'm very grateful to our team, and also not only in lab, but also in sales, in product managers who are capable to talk to and understand the client needs the best, also ask the help at how to do the better cooperation so we can serve them. But we had to work in shifts. We tripled basically our production team. We doubled and even more our team as a whole. And but due to our earlier very good instructions, descriptions of the work, high standards in quality, we were adapting quite quickly. But at the end of the year, then we understood that we must even raise more our knowledge, our experiences, or more larger scale.
Mm-hmm. As you see, so now that we're in a period where, thankfully, it appears as though the pandemic is tamping down a bit, right? We're gaining some control. As that progresses, as we return to some semblance of normalcy, What do you anticipate the business looking like moving forward? Do you anticipate that you'll maintain that highly variable and large volume of business, or do you see things kind of reeling, kind of winding down a little bit?
What we can say that I think that all countries or all states have seen these challenges, and they are thinking more how to prevent also, and they are maybe focusing more because yes, this is not over yet, but still there are other viruses. I think there are more money is going to support such scientific directions, which are also supporting human diagnostics, virus detections, all kind of. So I think as we have the capacities higher and better now, we have more connections. So I think that we can be better partners now in these levels also. So human diagnostics is not ending, is growing actually, and just we can be more better. And I really do hope that this pandemic is very soon over, because this is not the way how we would like to serve the world. We would like to serve the world with more precise or more simple, with more convenient solutions. This is our most biggest concern, with high quality, high consistent quality.
Yeah, just so an aside there, I'm just curious, what's the pandemic situation in Tartu in Estonia right now?
At the moment, yes, it is not a place to smile at all, actually. We have, I think, lived quite a normal life with less restrictions than the other parts of the world. We could have had the chances to work. Of course, there was also remote work. People were also working at homes, but still our children were capable to go to schools, at least partly. But now at the moment it's very, very bad situation. So we must be very, very careful. And again, they are closing now again the shops, and I don't know what the wave is. It third wave or is it fourth wave already? So at the moment, vaccines are coming very slowly. So it is challenging at the moment.
Still some work to be done there. Yeah. Well, I wish you both well, by the way, and I hope you both stay healthy, you and your families. So I want to dig into some of the behind the scenes of the scale up that you've experienced, recently. I mean, those are incredible growth figures. Tripling your production team, doubling your overall team in a short period of time. And I want to kind of dig into how you made that happen. But let's start with the production scale. What went into expanding your manufacturing scale? And I'd like you to tackle that from a new hires perspective, a space and equipment perspective. What sort of went into scaling up, and from where to where have you gone in terms of your manufacturing volume and capacity?
Yes, at the moment.
It's a big open-ended. I asked you like 5 questions in one there. So
basically, we foresee that yes, at the moment we ordered already new equipment. We are ordering new equipment, and we are going to order new equipment. This is basically to say we could just now. I also give the word also to Angela. No, basically we had lower scale of the bioreactor at the moment. We are definitely buying at the moment from, 50 liter, going to buy maybe bigger scale. It can be also 200 liter bioreactor, etc. But Angela is here to share the experience.
Actually, I can say that how it was possible, because in 2019 already the company owners take the view that they would like to grow. It wasn't related to the COVID, but it was like the strategic move to little bit look forward and start growing. So they started to invest more to the whole company. Actually, it's already started June 2019, yes. And then we started to build new rooms. We started it without knowing anything about for the COVID. So we just started to prepare for growing. And actually, the new rooms were ready in the beginning of 2020. So that we was actually in the situation where we had empty rooms beginning of this COVID, and then we had chance to move and widen the production very easily. Otherwise, if there wasn't this step before, then it was. I think it wasn't so easy in this situation then. Of course, like Kadri already said, that we have a very strong or very strict instructions for production. So it was very easy to bring in new people because it was, if everybody came in and followed this instruction, everything should work. So it was also more easy to bring in new employees. And of course, the equipment what we had, and as we had good relations with Cytiva before already, that we have used the Cytiva chromatographs before, then the contact with for example, Karin Elbing, who helped us before to buy the new chromatographs. So we contact them, and they was also very supportive to very quickly to organize us new equipment for purification. Then that's why it was very goes very smoothly. And of course, end of this 2020, okay, we can manage this first wave of COVID. We can manage by just multiplying this equipment and team, and this was enough for first wave. But we understood that if there will come the next one or third one, we need to scale up more. And then we decided to try to find more effective ways to produce, to increase our capacity. And then we went to the Uppsala to find solutions. In cooperation with Cytiva, we had good chance to look at the solutions what they have to offer in this situation. If you need to scale up very rapidly and to find the best compatible solutions for that, this was very good opportunity. And now we have a more stronger pace for doing the next steps.
Yeah, you mentioned the new hires and the importance of having established policies and protocols in place so that you can bring onboard those new hires rapidly. Were there any skill gaps that you had to train for? Is there a readily available, biotech workforce in Estonia? Give me a little more detail on that. How you were able to, triple effectively that team in short order.
I think this is, of course, also that we have this university city, Tartu East University city, and we have in very strong bioscience
sector already. So basically, yes, that's why we are here. Like Uppsala is a university city. This is also Tartu, and we were basically doing good cooperation. And of course, this sometimes is that in science, people are coming from research sector because to also private companies, because here you can do and maybe you see your result of your work even more quickly, that this is something you can really do. And as we had the experience and motivation already high earlier, so just they saw their opportunity and how they can basically do something for this world, what is at the moment a very critical crisis. So basically, to to serve really the life science in a good way. Basically, this was, I think, one way why we were able to bring in also newcomers. And again, that we have already experience, we have already this commitment and consistent quality, because, sorry, I must say that what we have seen also earlier or this previous year, that in life sciences, there can be also such offers which are not so good quality. So this is also reality. But as we have our own facility, we are manufacturing and developing from the scratch, from the ground, and we are leading and commercializing it to already on spot to the partners and doing a mutual cooperation. This is, I think, the key component, that they see that their know-how and knowledge is going to be in life, in real result. This is very much important. The ambitions are visible.
But I would like to also add, because when I came here, then I felt very like supportive team, and then everybody are important. If you are working here, then you feel important. So I think I start with small. This legend of the companies also goes around. Then the students or
doctor,
say no, that this is actually a good company to come, because here is also the
vibe is
good. Yes.
Angela, how long have you been with Solis Biodyne?
8 years. Now
8 years. Okay, excellent. Yeah, and you mentioned. I'm sorry.
I started from production, and so I started doing from. I have actually been in all like fields, not in sales, but in lab side, in development, in production. So the good overview of all what is in company. So
excellent.
The Business of Biotech is brought to you in partnership with Cytiva. Together, we're committed to helping the leaders of new and emerging biopharma companies navigate the financial, organizational, human resources, and regulatory waters you'll encounter on your way from discovery to the clinic and beyond. Check out a host of useful resources for biotech leaders at Cytiva's Emerging Biotech Accelerator at cytivalifesciences.com/emerging biotech. That's CYTIVA lifesciences.com/emerging biotech.
You mentioned, Angela, that there was that you had some empty space in 2019 as you built out your growth plan. You had some empty space that you utilized. Do you anticipate? I mean, is that space full now? Do you anticipate having to break some new ground on manufacturing capacity as you grow further?
This is totally full already, and we already try to find new space. So this is already all occupied by machines, by employees. So this is totally full already.
Actually, in production and in elsewhere, we are at the moment. Tables are doubled. I mean, there are double and triple people per table, basically, because really we must. Grow and find new rooms here and new and we are growing in the team also. So as not only human diagnostics, our plans are also higher to serve the applications in gene therapy, in pharmaceutical directions. But this is the future. So I think we would like to do like this way, that everybody are here equal. If they want to do the work, if they have the goodwill to do the work, then this is the way how we care of our own people inside our team, and also in cooperation with our partners and clients. And I am saying that if you are doing your work in a really honest way, and you mean what you are doing, or you do what you mean, then I think this is visible also in production, in development, and in cooperation of the clients.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we see it, and therefore this is something like a magic way. I want to work in daily time, in normal conditions, with normal people, and therefore we invite smart, good people here, and I think this are bringing more better and smarter people.
Yeah, and this is just this is completely off the beaten path, but it's an observation that I made, Kadri and Angela. In preparing for this call, obviously I spent some time on your website, and I couldn't help but notice that you are, the majority of your employees are female.
Maybe you saw more female. I don't know.
I don't know. It appears as though your production team and your management team is. I should say the ratio of male to female looks a little bit higher than it does in your typical biotech. Is that, Kadri, by design, or maybe there are more women in Estonia than men? Maybe the women in Estonia are just smarter than the men. I don't know. You tell me.
I think we are not doing any there are no difference. It is important that people have their smart skills and experiences. Maybe in production, of course, there are also different types of processes. Some processes are more, routine. Some needs more different, experiences of development. So it just, I think sometimes, yes, maybe Angela can talk about it. I wouldn't do the difference between female and male, but there are sometimes some people who are used to or like to do more routine processes and some other. But I think. I even don't know why it is like this. It's just I would like to have them both here. I like them both, men and women.
That's good. No, I bring it up because it's I think it's an important point to note because it's exemplary. I mean, here in the States, there's quite a movement around getting more women involved in science, technology, engineering, and math careers because there are few, frankly. So I note it because it's noteworthy and I think it's exemplary.
I must say that at the moment owners are just 50-50. I am one owner and my good partner is a man. Olev Kahre is a man, so I think we are. Yeah. But it is okay.
But sorry. I think in science also the women's portion will be increased, and also I don't know the ending of university. Still, I think this. Girls or women are I don't know, maybe they are more like they would like to finish what they take. Men sometimes they are more like take more risks and they don't, how to say. I think in university also the women are more than men at the moment. So yeah. This is also
but what I can say again, we are serving the biodiversity.
Yeah.
This is the life, the main rule is biodiversity. So we need both men and women also because they have still different skills. They see the world a little bit differently. And here in our processes, we need both. So we are very happy to bring in new people, whatever gender they are, whatever race they are, because we have at the moment also international team, not only Estonians, we have people from France, Belgium, Finland, whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever religion, so it doesn't matter until they are with us, they are in our team, they have their will to work with us and find new innovative ideas and implement it and to have the results.
Great.
So basically, not only science, but also how to use this science in the most better way. Life science for better life and Solis Biodyne for better life science.
I like it. Good plug. So back to the conversation at hand here. Angela, I'm hoping you can elaborate a bit on the role of the Testa Center. First, tell us about the Testa Center. What is it, and what role did it play in your scale-up process and training and tech transfer approach?
As I started to explain that we understood that we need to increase and find more effective or more efficient ways to production. Then we discussed with Cytiva, our contact from Cytiva, and we just talk about our worry. And Karin helping, she said that, okay, but we have this kind of opportunity that you don't need to buy all this what you think before you haven't used it or tried how it works and does it is compatible for your needs. And she introduced this Testa Center, that this is this kind of center where you can just go. You have the opportunities to use different equipment, different like downstream, upstream machines. You can choose, look, try, and then later on you can choose what is the best solution for you. Mm-hmm. And yes, there was possibility to use different, the bigger scale bioreactor. At the moment in our facility, we had smaller one, and then we went to the Testa Center. We had possibility to use 50-liter bioreactor. We had possibility to use higher or bigger scale of chromatographs. We have a lot of experience by one type of Cytiva ones, but there was all what Cytiva has. What as possibility, what as at least they have. So also there was like experienced team who can help you to support in every step you would like to try. And we're very much flexible because, as we said, okay, now we have this kind of problem. What you are thinking? What can help? And they at also times they had some kind of solution for that. They tried to bring new equipment, new idea, new methods for solving this kind of problem. So this is, for example, we in production at the moment we have used columns for purification what are like available in the market. Mm-hmm. But in Testa Center, we had chance to pack ourselves, to do different scales of packing the columns. So use different media for column. So this is yeah. We could try everything what we came to the mind and see does it okay for us or not.
So yeah. It was kind of cost-effective way. To use such a fitting room.
Yeah.
How to. The best to take in or buy in new solutions already to our future projects also. And what I remember, you said very good word about the Testa Center people, that they were really very supportive, very kind, very cooperative, especially also Jesper.
They also, like I said, that if they had problems, they also think about that. They just didn't say that, okay, try yourself. They also went to the computer and tried to look the papers to read something, what can help us. So they was very supportive also. So this is nice.
Where is that center physically or geographically?
Very close, neighborland.
This is in Sweden, in Uppsala. This is in this Cytiva. This is the area of Cytiva. This center is built in cooperation of Sweden government and Cytiva to support the small-scale startups, research groups who don't have this, for example, maybe the resources for buying everything in, or to scale up, or try
something different also. That yes. You can. No, first again, I must repeat this, that this was kind of fitting room. You try on the new clothes. You try maybe different machines a little bit. Is it suiting for us? What I remember when you came back, first thing what you also told here was that. it was kind of very good to see that we are on the right track, but at the same time we understood that this is such a two-way compatibility is needed, that we are working with the living organisms, we are working with bacteria basically, and you must fit and put together the adjusting our instructions and also the machine or devices or equipment, such instructions, or how to get the best outcome of it. Basically, that not it can be, you can think such a logical way that okay, we are tripling or doubling or scaling up, and it should be the same, but it is not. The life is different. The bacteria is behaving differently. So, and this is not only the bacteria, so you must adapt whole system. And this was basically very good knowledge what we get, this experience, this experiment was very good for us, that this is normal, that life is behaving differently, and you must all the time adapt. And therefore, this is, I think, such a both-way knowledge, not only to us who are using and working with living organisms, but also the equipment providers, I think.
Yeah.
And also, as it was very near, or actually it was in the same area where Cytiva manufacturers, so there was possibility to get very easily, if you came to the mind that you want to use this one, then it was very easy to get it, new machine, new equipment, new columns, new media. So it was very fast to get whatever you came to the mind to try. So this was very convenient.
Yep. Yeah. And as you made decisions around that equipment and those processes, and handled tech transfer, was there support in the transport and installation of that equipment in your facility in Estonia?
Actually, today I had a phone call about the new purification system. What we actually
with Cytiva.
Yes, the Cytiva purification system. What we used in test center, and we understood that this is the right one. So today we had this call and to set up this exact configuration for that. What we tested, what is the best one, what we need. So actually, it's not that far away when it will be in Tartu.
So it is such a practical, very practical outcome, and I would like to see and suggest also to the others such a cooperation. Also, us with our partners, that the best result is coming through cooperation. If we both are thinking how to get the best result, basically, that we are both ready to adapt both sides all the time. I think here is coming not just that, okay, let's have it, let's make it very cheap. This is not the way how to do good things. Oh. You must go into the details. The details are very much important.
Yeah. So speaking of not cheap, I'm curious. This rapid growth has to be funded somewhere. What's the funding strategy at Solis Biodyne, and where's the money coming from today, and where do you see it coming from in the future?
Basically, I think this is coming still from the clients, because I think that we have. Our network of the clients has been already very wide for years. So we had to start from nothing, and but from the start already, we developed and produced and serving our first clients, and then we started to recapitalize, and basically we reinvested our money back and back, and we have held our money, not just spent away, but all the time reinvented or reinvested. Our money back. Of course, in smaller scales, we have also used European funds money. For instance, in exporting systems, or now also in some some development where it is possible, but mainly the money is coming from our wide range of clients, basically.
Excellent.
So we must do just very smart steps how to focus better, because such a privately held company gives us also flexibility to change our focuses, to be more precise. If you don't have very much money, then you do it more smartly, more intuitively. So money is needed, and this definitely needed, because investments need money to development, to production, innovative cooperation. But I think if we do it in smart way and innovative way, we can keep on going in flexible way, and we held such independency.
Yeah,
I think independence in how to do cooperation.
That's great. Yeah, excellent. So we're running a bit short on time. So I just want to wrap up here with one last question for you both. And we talked about this a little bit already, but give us some insight into the biotech environment or scene in Estonia. Now, I spent a little bit of time checking out the Tartu Science Park as best I could from Pennsylvania, but it looks like a very sophisticated, relatively new facility. You mentioned that you've got the support of university there in Tartu. What do you see for the future of biotech in Estonia? Is it a growing space there?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I think as we have basically we have people 1.3 million, but we have several university cities, and the basic university city is in Tartu, and we have not so many, but still we have also privately held companies one is doing with antibodies dealing, but I think we have good cooperations with different institutions of Tartu University. For instance, one is Genome Center, who is dealing with basically, for instance, we have just good cooperation with Genomic Institute. So there are, I think, we must all serve whole world. So it is not only that we are doing in our small country something, but we are all the time cooperating in science, in research, and also in real production and developments also with the other universities in Europe, in US, like we are doing at the moment, working with German universities, working with institutions in all European countries, US, South America, also South Korea, Japan, China, Australia, so Middle East. So we have connections.
But I think it's the same, like we discussed about the money, that if you have few, then you have to be more precise. I think in Estonia it's also, as we have so few, we have to be very, very smart and do very well what we do. So it is also in the biotech that we are so try to be also compete also with the world. So we have to make wise decisions, wise and innovative task or job we need to find. So this is I think the same, that you have to survive if you are so small also.
Well, you guys, you're doing better than surviving. I mean, the company's growth is incredible, noteworthy. It sounds like you're doing a great job managing that growth and planning for future growth, and doing very important work. And I'm sure our audience will find this discussion valuable. Seems like everyone's got tech transfer and scale up and capacity challenges today. So this is it's a great success story, and I wish you both continued success.
Yes, and I again stress that this is important. Cooperation between different countries, between here in pandemic situation, this was more and more important. And at the same time, really high quality, really all the details, what are important, not going down with the quality procedures, even if it is the crisis period, because it comes back better if you do in right way what you are doing. You are consistent in quality, and again, cooperation and care what you are doing. This leads, I think, us to the future together, not only in Europe or in US, but really. We are small, but let's do business together. Let's cooperate. I think here, if we care about ourselves, each other, ourselves, our team, and the world as a whole, what we understood from last year, that the world is actually so small. We must be connected. Then we do well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although the people are more more virtual, but still we are doing better connections, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
This is important.
Well said. I agree. Well, Kadri and Angela, thank you so much for joining us. I know I feel like we could take this conversation further, and hopefully we will another time. We'll have a part 2. We'll check back in with you when you're at 200 milliliters and beyond, and we'll be tracking your progress.
And come to Estonia. It is really good place where to live. Here is we have nature. We have. This time we had even real winter, snow, and
yes.
We are waiting now spring. So come and welcome to Estonia, basically.
I would love to. Yeah, I personally would love to. As soon as we can board flights again and travel internationally, I'd love to visit Estonia and get a firsthand glimpse of that Baltic work ethic that's making Solis Biodyne so successful.
Okay.
Thank you two for joining me.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
So that's Kadri Artma and Angela Vaasa. I'm sorry, Angela Vaasa. I Americanized Angela Vaasa. I'm Matt Pillar, and this is the Business of Biotech. We're produced by Bioprocess Online in partnership with Cytiva, a company that's dedicated to supporting the growth of new and emerging biotechs as they navigate production and scale-up challenges like those Solis Biodyne is conquering. Visit cytivalifesciences.com/emerging biotech for some tremendous growth resources. And be sure to check us out at bioprocessonline.com, where I invite you to subscribe to my never spammy and always relevant newsletter. In the meantime, if you liked what you heard here, give us a 5-star review, subscribe to the pod so you don't miss an episode, and thank you for listening.